To India now, where a massive 6-week national election is now entering its final stages. We're going to zoom into a small district in the politically crucial state of Uttar Pradesh, which sends 80 lawmakers to Delhi. That's 15% of the parliament. The district of Raebareli is the last bastion of the Nehru-Gandhi family, the dynasty that ruled India for more than 50 years. Now, Delhi Bureau Chief Sandra Petersmann went to Raebareli to find out whether this election could mark the political end of the Gandhis.
We have travelled deep into the constituency of Raebareli. India may be booming, but this hamlet of 30 houses seems to have been largely untouched by development. In the village square, we meet Kamini. She is 18 and will cast her vote for the first time.
When elections are due and they need our votes, politicians come to us like beggars. They promise us good roads, electricity, bicycles to go to school, and jobs. But once they win, we never see them again.
Kamini belongs to the Dalit community, the lowest level of the rigid Hindu caste system. She says she always dreamed of becoming a police officer, but then COVID hit and she had to drop out of school.
We need a politician who takes care of everyone, both rich and poor. He should find out if villages have roads, sewers and schools. He should find out if kids from poor families are able to go to school or not.
We join the campaign trail as the battle over Raebareli reaches its peak. Priyanka Gandhi is fighting hard to keep this constituency a family bastion. Her mother Sonia represented Raebareli for the past 20 years. Now, Priyanka Gandhi wants to ensure that her brother Rahul succeeds here. In between rallies, she stops for a quick interview.
I'm fighting for what we believe in. I'm fighting for a democratic country. I'm fighting for the rights of people. I'm not just fighting for my brother.
Priyanka Gandhi is still popular in Raebareli. So is her family, which has given India 3 prime ministers. But their centre-left Congress party has flaunted since the rise of Prime Minister Narendra Modi.
I think in the last 10 years of Mr. Modi's rule, we have seen the progressive weakening of democracy. We have seen policies which have harmed the poor and have hurt farmers, the ordinary person. So I think we're really fighting for the fundamentals of our nation on which our nation was built on.
In the last elections, Raebareli emerged as Congress's lone outpost in Uttar Pradesh, India's most populous state that sends 80 parliamentarians to the capital. Back then, the ruling Hindu nationalist BJP won over 60 of those seats, nearly wiping Congress off the political map in India's northern Hindu heartland. Notably, the BJP's candidate for Raebareli was a long-time Congress member, until he switched sides in 2018.
Villagers and poor people are with the BJP, and rich people know that the country is in safe hands with Mr. Modi. People know that their savings are safe with Mr. Modi. He guarantees it.
Back in the village, Kamini and her friends strolled to the fields to pick mangoes. Like many of India's 18 million first-time voters, Kamini isn't excited to vote. She believes politicians live in their own world, making her vote meaningless.
And I'm now joined by DW Delhi Bureau Chief Sandra Petersmann, who filed that report for us. Sandra, as the constituency of Raebareli goes to the polls today, what do you think? Who's going to lead the race there?
Indian voters, Gerhard, are pretty unpredictable. Both parties, the BJP and Congress, have a hardcore fan base there. But then on the ground, we also found voter apathy, anti-incumbency tendencies. So it's really hard to predict. But maybe we can take a little bit of a cue from the Congress party. They waited till the very last moment, which was May 3rd, to actually fire Rahul Gandhi from this constituency. The senior Congress leader is also running for a second seat in parliament from a constituency in the south of India where he seems sure to win. And obviously there were thoughts within Congress that winning Raebareli might not so possible. So they waited till the very last moment. And really here in Raebareli, that is a legacy vote for the Gandhis, because it might just be the case that they lose their second big family bastion in this crucial northern Indian heartland. In the last elections in 2019, they lost Amethi, which is right next door to Raebareli, to the BJP. It was Rahul Gandhi losing it, and it might just be so that the same thing is happening in Raebareli. But then again, the Indian voters are unpredictable.
Now, how representative is a young first-time voter like Kamini, who we just saw in your report and who seemed quite disillusioned? How representatives are they for India's young voters?
I mean, just look at her life, Gerhard. She had to drop out of school after 10th grade due to financial constraints. She isn't able to find a job. She did some tailoring classes under a government scheme, but lacks the money to, for instance, travel to the next biggest city to look for a job. Her family is living off welfare programs by the state. Each member of the family is entitled to 5 kilograms of grain per month. That is sustaining them, but there is just no upward mobility. This family is not participating in India's growth story, and that is true for many of India's 18 million first-time voters. So it wouldn't surprise me that by the end, when we get the results on 4th of June, that we also learn that many of these first-time voters did actually not cast their vote because of disillusionment with politics.
Looking more broadly at this fifth round of voting, what's at stake today, Sandra?
Today, really, all eyes are on Uttar Pradesh, or UP for short, because it does send 80 parliamentarians to the national parliament. And the general saying goes, whoever performs well in UP is most likely to form the next government. Today, 14 seats are up for grabs in UP, amongst them Raebareli. And in the last general elections in 2019, the BJP secured 13 out of those 14. Just Raebareli remained as the last outpost for the Gandhis. And how it goes this time around, we will have to see and wait till results come out on June 4th.
DW Daily Bureau Chief Sandra Petersmann there. Thank you very much, Sandra.